Okay, we're live.
This is Josephine and you are watching Networking Times TV. And I have the honor and the pleasure to be here with Frank Keefer.
Hi,
Frank.
Josephine. How are you?
We're doing great. Hey, we had lunch today, and you were talking about the fact that you were a very accomplished executive in corporate America. You would be making the equivalent of $1 million a year, right?
That's correct.
And you left that position for a different kind of life.
Sure.
So, how did you make that decision?
Well, what happened is I grew up less than financially affluent, and so I was always on the road to success, looking to earn more and more money. And I climbed the corporate ladder, and I worked for a number of Fortune 500 companies, and I always had folks after me because I was a producer. And then one day, I ended up holding a position equivalent to the COO of a multi-billion-dollar company, and they were paying me about $1 million a year. But there's no free lunches, and what really happened was I was working 24/7, 30 days a month, and I was never home. And I'd recently got married to my wife, Gingy. I guess we've been married almost right away. I was about 40 at the time, and I said, if you let me work a couple years, I'll make enough money to retire. Well, lo and behold, I didn't see her for like the first 3 years of our marriage. And I landed a contract that was going to pay us enough to be retired, and the company made it a house account. And I woke up one day and after that, and I thought to myself, you know, we have the Mercedes and the big house and the gold Rolexes and all that kind of stuff, but I really don't have a life. And so I decided, the heck with this, there's got to be a better way. And I looked around and I found network marketing. That was kind of it. Interestingly enough, at the time we didn't have any money in the bank because I purchased a piece of real estate based on the commission that I was supposed to get. And when they decided not to pay me, I was stuck with that debt service, which depleted our life savings. But I went home one day and I told my wife, I said I quit my job. And she said, that's okay. And I said, you don't understand, we don't have any money. We'll probably have to end up living in a tent. And she said, I'd prefer a tree house. And that's a true story. I said, okay, you know, if you don't mind eating beans and living in a tree house, I'm going to work for myself, but I want a business where I don't have to deal with employees and overhead and all the traditional accompaniments of a traditional business, because along the way I'd always either been a principal or an owner in traditional business. But network marketing gave me what I really wanted, which was time with my wife. And I think a lot of times our profession attracts people that are looking for money. That's kind of the hook. But the thing that I found with most of the professional people that I've brought in is that they have the money, but they don't have the time to spend it. Mm-hmm. And so you can always get more money, but you can't always get more time.
Absolutely.
And so we've been married 25 years, and we spend almost every waking moment together, and it's just absolutely great.
Yeah, Gingy was saying you're still working a lot, but now you're working with her, so it's totally different.
I always, you know, work with her. She's around, you know, we hang out together, and that's what it's all about. And one of the saving graces is a couple years ago I got very ill, and the chances for my survival did not look good, but I was very comfortable because I knew that I had built a residual income that would protect my wife in the event that I didn't survive. Fortunately, I have, so we still have a lot of fun, and we get to come out once in a while and visit folks like you and Chris.
You look great, Frank. You don't look any different than 10 years ago when we met. Thank you so much for sharing these golden nuggets. Hey, this is Frank Keefer. Frank Keefer is famous for having made more million-dollar earners in the network marketing profession than anyone else alive. Right,
yeah.
Frank?
Yeah.
So it's a real blessing to have him here. I am Josephine, and you were watching Networking Times TV.